Greetings, fellow YouTubers. This is Hunt INX, and yesterday, at the time of me recording this, although by the time you even see this video, it'll probably be like 2 days or so, Rwby Ice Kingdom just was revealed. This is a brand new 2D anime series centered around Rwby, of course, obviously. This is going to be a kind of quasi retelling of the first volume, with some more stuff added in. We haven't seen much of the new stuff added in. We've only seen a dialogue between Rwby talking about her mom, like her grave, and like this one shot at the end of the trailer with Weiss seeing another Weiss. So we don't know much about the new content, but from what we've seen so far of just this preview, this is looking to be probably one of the coolest things ever. Like, it is so strange to see Rwby in this new 2D animation. It takes a minute to fit. It really does. It doesn't feel right at first, but I've gotten used to it already. It's just, it's so weird to see Rwby come so far, you know? Like, to see it go from this, small animation made for YouTube exclusively, and then just be, all these years later, not only be like, what are we, nine volumes into the series, but also to now have an entire spin-off series centered around it being just 2D Japanese styled anime art style. So it's very unique. It's a very different series. As you can kind of see, we already have some new designs for them. These were showed off on the website, which I think went up a day prior to the preview airing on YouTube. And it's a very different look. You can definitely kind of tell. Rwby and Yang specifically are going for like a nice kind of snowboarder aesthetic, where Blake and Weiss have been completely changed. Blake has a tail now. I don't know how to feel about the tail. And then Weiss straight up is just a military soldier, like this, like a headmaster commander. She looks like she'd be in Xeon. Okay, I think I even made a tweet about that. Like, she looks like she belongs to, like, Xeon or the Earth Federation in Gundam. Like, she's straight up full-on military gear. It's kind of weird to see her like this. I feel like this would be more suited for winter, but I guess this is its own thing. We gotta kind of let it be. And then we have looks for Team Juniper, which are complete this time. Team Juniper is complete. Pyrrha is back, and as you can see, they're all dressed in, like, Christmas gear. And I really like that, except for Pyrrha. She's wearing something. It's Weiss and Pyrrha specifically that kind of give us a bit of an idea of what's going on here. I do have a theory for it, and I'll talk about it in just a second. But, like, we don't really know what's going on quite yet. We just know that this is supposed to be a bit of a retelling of the first volume, plus some more stuff. That's about all we have so far. Now, my big concern about this is I hope the entire anime isn't just a remake of the original series. Because that does two things. That kind of ruins, the value of what Rwby is, because it's like, why bother watching the original series when you're going to have this remade series in this cool 2D animation? Because let's face it, people judge 3D animation really heavily and really quickly, and Rwby has been kind of the back burner of jokes when it comes to like 3D anime, at least from my own personal experience, which I can say is unjustified, because until any of y'all watch Transformers Energon from start to finish like I have, I don't think you get the right to say that Rwby has bad animation. But like, so it kind of brings us to this weird point. So it's like, if this does well, and it does just remake the entire series, then you're going to have this new generation of fans who are never going to give the original series a chance, because it's like, why watch it? It's just the same thing, but in 3D animation that can be dated depending on who you ask. I'm also worried about it, not lasting, because us normal Rwby fans have already seen the original series to finish. So if this new spin-off season is just a retelling of all of it, there's nothing really there for us, us existing fans. So I'm genuinely really hoping that this is going to be its own thing. Outside of retelling Volume 1, it's going to be its own thing. Like, we're obviously going to see stuff relating to Volume 1, but I'm hoping that maybe past, like, the second season, or hell, they might just redo the entire first 3 volumes and then add in new stuff. Who really knows? But I am genuinely worried about it just kind of being this thing where it kind of just destroys the original series. And I don't want that to happen, because you're going to have all these new fans come in who are going to be like, oh, why would I watch this series when I basically have already seen it in this really cool 2D animation? Why would I watch it in this 3D animation? You know, and then, you know, us hardcore Rwby fans who've seen everything, you know, we aren't going to be too interested because we already have seen all of this, right? And we're currently still watching all of this, with Volume 9 coming out like towards the end of this year. And this comes out this summer. So, like, it's kind of a big deal, you know. I'm excited for it. I'm obviously very excited for it. And hyped as hell for it. But I do genuinely really hope this thing is its own thing. That there's so much new to it to where you don't really notice the Volume 1 stuff, right? Like, it's there, and that's all we've seen so far in the trailer. But, like, I hope this new stuff is so interesting enough that it does actually keep the series separate from the original series. Makes it worthwhile, you know, makes new people who got into Rwby through Rwby Ice Kingdom check out the original series and like it all the way through, and keeps us existing fans liking this and not just getting bored of it because it's just doing the same thing we already know, right? That's basically my main concern, is I don't want it to just redo the original series, because it's kind of, in a way, stomping on the, you know, Team Rwby and Monty's work. You know, I don't want that to happen. And I don't think any of us want that to happen. But from what we've at least heard so far, this is very much going to be its own thing. Or it's going to be like a alternate universe kind of thing. That's my theory. Is I feel like this is going to be kind of an alternate universe thing, where maybe we have like elements of Volume 1 in there, but then we have some flashes into like an alternate future where Weiss perhaps never actually warmed up to Team Rwby, and now is like some kind of like ice-themed dictator. You know, she just took Salem's seat as like ruler of Remnant, just kicked her out of there. just give her the old boot kick to the throne. You know, at the end of the day, we just gotta wait to see how this turns out, because I feel like it's ultimately going to be really good. This is really exciting. It looks so cool as it is right now. But again, my concerns of it basically just being a remake of this series is still very valid. I really don't want it to just rehash the entire thing all over again, because it's going to cause problems in the future. So, I've been ranting on for 10 minutes right now at my recording. It's probably shrunken down to like 7-8 minutes for y'all. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video well enough. And if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other social medias in the description down below. You can actually find my Twitter, where I went absolutely insane with tweets when it came to this thing. And yeah, as well as just other things. I actually have, if you're here returning, then you probably know about my Rwby fan-made sequel, Rose, which you can also find in the link down below. And it's a complicated thing. I do plan to do some more videos similar to this, where I kind of explain Rose a little bit more, because it very much was kind of a spur-of-the-moment, upload this trailer, and then just not say anything kind of thing. So I do plan to elaborate on that at some point this year, and maybe even get that rolling. So, until next time, you guys, peace!